It's finally time for another Mini Cooper video. I know I've been bringing you a lot of RC content lately, and primarily pretty much are an RC channel, but it's random. You never know when something else is going to pop in, like a video about something to do with the Mini Cooper. Now, so you know, this may get categorized as a how-to video because there's information within it that is going to help people, hopefully. If I have success, maybe it'll help you. But it is more or less a vlog. Like, this is a vlog channel. I vlog things that I do, and lately it's been a lot of RC stuff, so you know, you might tend to forget that I do other things too. So, okay, as the title, whatever I end up calling it, might kind of allude to, we're gonna get rid of a squeaky belt today. I've already done a belt swap, serpentine belt. And the deal was, I thought it was my alternator bearing because it did sound more like a bearing squeal than it did a belt noise. Changed it out, still did it. So now we're on to the tensioner, plus another new belt to go on with that new tensioner. And if it still makes noise after that, well, geez, I'll get to that when we get to that point. First off, I'm gonna open up, I'm gonna show you guys the squeal. Hopefully it does the squeal. Now, as you just heard, it's doing that, and it's doing that a lot, to the point where most times I could just give it a little shot of revs to about 2,500 RPM, and as the revs come back down, the noise stops. Well, it's not really stopping so easily anymore. I get tired of cold revving it to get rid of a startup belt squeal. Let's do this. First things first, I guess we'll pull this tire, lift the car, something in that order, and start removing the inner wheel well here. You have to do that to access anything on this side of the motor. So here we go. Got the wheel well unbolted. It's a lot of these guys. This one's stripped out on me, so I'll show you this one instead. You just unscrew them and then you pull them out. You'll see if you go to do it, if you've never done this before. A couple of these guys, all Phillips head. And then you can just tuck your wheel well back in like I've done here, because you need to be more up here. Now look at that crank pulley, that is rough. It's not toast yet, but I mean it's rough. And I got a little seepage going on there. Just a wee little bit of oil seepage. It's for an oil pan, I do believe, right down here. Huh. That's not too shabby. And it looks like there's a little bit of oil around the seal, so maybe when I go to do this crank pulley, I can look into seeing what it takes to do the seal there as well. And if I can, I'll do it. If I can't, I'll just put a new pulley on and drive it like it's supposed to be. So what we're after is this guy right here. You see him. I do believe it's going to be 3 bolts to pull the old one out. Before we do that, I'm going to use this special tool right here to remove the old tensioner belt. I'm going to take it off, get it out of the way, and then we'll start removing the old tensioner pulley. There's a better shot of it for you. Look, even it looks a little wet. Hopefully we'll change this and it won't squeal anymore, because if we do, it still squeals. Then it could be this old belt removed. Sorry I don't show you guys those steps, but I mean, they're boring steps. Still in good shape. A closer look. For a belt that was slipping and all that, I mean, the belt is fine. So to you rednecks sitting at Timmy's that yelled, "Buy a belt, they're not that expensive." Well, guess what? The belt's fine. It's not the belt, just like I yelled back to you. Alrighty, she's out. You might be able to see a couple of the bolt holes, but believe me, I'm glad I have long fingers, because to reach in and up with one hand from underneath this and down and in with this hand, turning one side of the bolt instead of just simply being able to do that to turn the bolt out by finger, because they come loose pretty good. I can't show you because one hand reaching up from under the frame rail, one down and going like this to loosen it, because you don't have room to move your hand in there. But once they're unbolted, it comes out pretty dang easy. Old versus new, I think it's kind of self-explanatory. Let's flip these over and have a look. Okay. This one here, it still spins. It's not grinding or anything. And this one spins about the same, you know, a little touchless resistance. So I don't know that changing this tensioner is actually going to make a difference. By the way, Rock Auto, $100. You know, so $100 down the drain, sort of. I mean, it could always use to change a part like this. We'll see. Like I said, next will be that guy, if the squeak don't go away. So I'm going to go ahead and get on throwing this new tensioner in there. It's going to take me a bit because of, like I said, no room to work. But once it's done, I'll show you guys the new one in place, throw the new belt on, and we'll see if it took care of the squeal. Well, let me tell you how much work that took. Turning that about a 16th, maybe a 32nd of a turn, rotation, until it was tight. And then under here, see that nice new tensioner in there. You can see the 2 bolts on the left side. Those are fairly easy to tackle. I'm really hoping this makes a difference. It's starting to rain just a little bit, but I got a job to finish. I'm gonna put the belt on and we'll test it out. Let's hope for the best. Okay, they most definitely did not send an AC belt. That's what the problem was. And trying to film it and do it, you know, the camera adds a certain amount of jinx. So, let's have the camera right here. I'm gonna set this up. We'll do a test start and see if the squeaking is gone. There's some dirt on the belt though. I mean, nothing's clean under there, so. Son of a biscuit. Well, guys, that's definitely belt squeal, as you just heard. And I tried to take a look, and I see nothing resisting. Nothing. There's no reason for this to still be happening. I thought maybe crank pulley? Oh, son of a biscuit. I could try and throw another belt because this is still the other belt. Let's try to throw another belt at it, but like, what's the point? What the hell? I'm stumped at this point, guys. Maybe I can't try it again and get it to stop this time. Now, I throw a little bit of RPM at it like that and it stops. But the second the thing would go into gear or anything, come down too low on RPM, it'll do it again. As you can see, everything is turning like it should be. Alright, well, I'm going to start putting it back together and think on this some more. You guys have any ideas? Please, let me know. I really got to get this squeal problem taken care of. Well guys, a few days later and the belt's still squealing like a son of a gun. Not much I can do about it at this point other than maybe eliminate the air conditioning so that pulley's not in question of being the culprit. Like I said, there's a crank pulley that could be changed. It doesn't look like it would hurt anything to put a new one on, so that's a possibility. And then today I also found out that I have to do some strut work on the front end of the car, maybe even the back end too, but we're gonna just worry about the front for now. Rock Auto, I already looked at the parts, pretty cheap. well, not like dirt cheap, but I mean, compared to what you think a Mini Cooper part should cost, it's actually fairly affordable and I can do the work. You guys will see the work when that comes out. Fairly straightforward job. Anyhow, threw some belt dressing on the belt. It kind of helped a little, but it did not solve the problem. I'll update you guys when I figure it out. If anybody else has had severe belt issues where it just will not stop, it's a never ending squeal, let me know. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Have yourselves a good one. We'll see you later.